Hi.
Hey.
Mikki Eduardo po.
Bettinna Carlos.
So, humalik agad.
Grabe, kagad.
We believe that God blessed us so that we can be a channel of blessings to others.
We made this channel so we can bless other people.
So there's baking, there's cooking, there's working out, there are dogs, our adventures, our travels. I'm Bettinna,
And I'm Gabby.
and this is
a blessing channel.
I first saw you nung college. Parang ganyan nga yung suot mo eh. Sec A, 5-minute bell yun eh. Alam mo yung pagtatawid ka. Tapos nun, yun, naka-backpack ka. Ay, ganda nun ah. Nasa SOM ako. Ganda. Ganda pala ni Bettinna Carlos.
Hindi ko alam na college pa lang nakita na niya ako. Ang alam ko lang, sa church. Nalaman ko lang to, kami na.
Before natin mag-meet, nakita na kita. Naspatan.
Naspatan naman ako.
Yun, nung nakita na kita sa CCF, I go, wow, uy, same church.
That was 2 years ago.
Fast forward, and when we were introduced na finally, yun, anong nakita ko? Well, before being introduced, I knew, yun nga, parang, I was already following you. You're
Yeah.
first to like sa mga posts. You know, of course, I found you super attractive. I knew that you love the Lord. So, yun, spiritually and physically, check. For the past few years naman, I wasn't really what you would say a person who was passionate for the Lord, for the things of the Lord. Parang I was pursuing my own wants, parang running away from the things I knew I needed to do. The lifestyle that came with, I was just there. I wasn't concerned with the gifts that God gave me, which is to help expand His kingdom. Parang I wasn't reading my Bible. May mga nangyaring di maganda. Like hurts, which I took hard, of course. I mean, there's no perfect system, no perfect church. Parang I was giving and not receiving from God and the church. So sabi ko, okay, ako muna, pahinga muna ako sa serving God. I'll pursue my own endeavors first. Okay, serve muna ako dito. I'm not gonna hurt anyone. Basta wala akong gagawin sobrang lala. Dito lang ako sa somewhere in the future naman, babalik ako eh. Parang dun muna ako sa, okay, gawin ko muna yung sarili ko, then I'll follow you. Parang, nabigay ko naman yung youth years ko kay God eh. And His kingdom.
So from that, serving, tapos tampo, tapos pause muna. What happened? How do you go back?
Feeling ko siya. I would say that it was the death of my dad and brother. Yun yung talagang turning point. But even before that, well, when my dad got sick, he was diagnosed with cirrhosis. Parang, okay, parang time to spend more time with the family. Tapos nun, si Paul Sanchi visited me in La Union with his family. After my dad passed away, walang sermon, walang accountability, hindi yung, oh, are we doing here? Nag-quiet time ka na, anong sins mo? Walang ganun.
Walang police.
Walang police, which is what some people usually do. Kamusta ka na, ganyan. Pero he just was there, sat there, and spent time with me. Was a friend. After that, I knew na, this guy genuinely loves me and will go out of his way to be with me. So those planted the seed. Parang, di ba sabi doon sa Bible rin na, by this, people will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. Tapos yung love na yun, yung pinakita ni Paul, nothing big, spend time. Eh yung love language ko, bakit ako hindi lumayo? Crossroad nga yun, For some people, it's, you end up running away from God when those things happen to you. Siguro nakatulong rin na, all these years of learning, of reading, time to apply what I've read. Started reading again and attending D group.
That time na you said you asked Hina when you saw me give my testimony, that was 2018. Yun yung year na I really started serving the Lord. Parang naging active ako sa ministry. Kasi I only got to start attending a formal D group November the year before, 2017. And then when I gave a testimony in church, parang I just saw doors open. I really have been wanting to serve God. Hindi ko lang alam kung saan, tsaka kung paano. So, noong 2018, di mas parang bumukas yung pinto. Parang, so, I got to meet more people from church, ganyan. So, at that time, When you saw me give my testimony, I was seeing someone. I just started seeing this person, getting to know, and that went on for almost 2 years. That thing did not end up how we were expecting it to end, or to be, rather. So it wasn't the Lord's will because we never basically got the blessing of His parents, which is something we both believe in. Now, how will you know if a relationship is the Lord's will, or if this person is God's best for you? If you have your parents' blessing on the relationship. So we waited, we did our part, pero it came to a point where God moved na talaga for it to come to an end. It did, and it so happens also na that time you were ready na, and I was free from the relationship. Then that's when God allowed us to meet, to finally be introduced. When did we meet?
June 14.
When did we... Kailan ka propose?
October 7.
Kailan kayo kakasal?
December 2. Ba't parang ikaw nagtatanong? Tanong kaya kita?
Hindi. No. I just wanted to identify the dates. Kasi
Okay.
parang ilang months lang tayo together from July, August, September, October, November, December. When people find out, let's say whoever we get to talk to na, when did you meet June 14? Huh? Tapos kasal na kayo ngayon? Sigurado ba kayo sa isa't isa? What do we say to them? Anong nangyari? How did it happen na less than 6 months? We met, we got together, we got engaged.
So
and
version
we
ko
decided
muna.
version ko.
Well, for me, yun nga, parang I have to really like and be physically attracted to the person. Kasi syempre, I mean, alam naman natin yung yung temptation ng lalaki to look around and be easily tempted by...
So, sa ganda ko bang to, hindi ka maglulok around?
Oo naman. Of course, for some people, the attraction would grow. Some, it's instant, I find this person attractive. Di ba? For some talaga, eventually, wala. Sabay, ganda nga ni ganyan. Yeah, different But it has to be there. Second is, I also knew that the trajectory of your life and spiritual walk was towards the Lord, not away. And I knew that, di ba, you're visible in church, serving, and you were not shying away from posting Bible verses in your devotions. You have a huge following. You're not... For some people, that's a risk to share, to be openly bold about your faith. I will not be ashamed of the gospel. So you're not ashamed of the gospel. So that's another thing. Parang, okay, this person is bold for the gospel. For the gospel. Third is more on me na what God did in my life was to change my heart. To have a portion of His heart of being a father to the fatherless. When my brother died, ako yung medyo tumayong I was more visible to being the best tito to my niece and nephew. So I had that parang drive to be that person. And it was, you being a mom was also parang, I can be a father to the fatherless. So that's also something, a bonus pa nga not really a baggage but a bonus for me na, that's what I want.
I vividly remember that day because 1, kaka-GCQ lang. 2, I came from that unsuccessful relationship. So ako yung hesitant to open up my life and be known by someone again. Kahit pa sabihin na, friends lang naman and all. Parang, of course, it's someone of the opposite sex. Ang iisipin ko, may gusto sa akin to. May gusto ka ba sa akin?
Tama po kayo.
Diba?
I do.
I was unsure of whether it was a wise thing to do at that time. What struck me the most was, 1, you told me that morning, you talked to your mom about me. How did you ask for that?
Sabi ko, meron akong, ewan kung sanay kong type o may gusto akong girl. Would it be an issue kung single mom siya? Sabi niya, without batting an eyelash. No. I go, okay. Hindi issue. So, sabi niya parang, siguro kung dati, oo, pero ngayon hindi na. Di ba sinabi niya sa'yo na, maldita ka. Ano yung maldita ba yung term niya? Maldita kasi ako dati.
The day after the proposal, bigla lang napunta doon yung usap. Tapos sabi niya, alam mo ba, naalala ko yung araw na yun. Kinausap ako ni Mikki. Tinanong niya ako kung magiging problema ba na may anak ka. Tapos sabi nung bibig ko, sabi niya, lumabas lang sa bibig ko, no, it's not gonna be a problem. But if you asked me 5 years ago, of course I will mind. Alam mo naman ako, maldita ako. Sabi ni Mama. But when you said that day, that meant so much to me. Kasi yun yung unang harap. Doon sumasabit. Parang, kahit masipag ako, kahit may sarili akong negosyo, kahit independent ako, maayos, komportable yung buhay namin, faithful ako na parang Christian, ganyan. Kaso may anak. Laging may baling gano'n na, may anak may sabit Parang that stigma is really what was hindering others from giving their full blessing. Yun. So, for that to be established so early, ang laking bagay sa akin. Kasi pinanggalingan ko, di ko yung nakuha Lahat ng tumbling ginawa ko na, pero hindi Lalo kong alam, because of that, the more I know that it's the Lord's will for us to not be together and for us to be together. Because if God wills something for you, you don't even have to do anything. He will give it to you. But if it's not His will for you, kahit anong gawin mo, anong tumbling, anong circo mo, hindi mo makuha. All because He loves you. So when He gives it to you, it's because He loves you. If He doesn't give it to you, it's also because He loves you. Kasi ako, dumating na ako sa point na tanggap ko na, hindi ako para sa lahat.
Oo.
Diba? Na,
Okay, hindi ako para sa lahat.
para sa'yo lang ako. Hindi ako para sa lahat kasi para sa'yo. Hindi, diba? Parang, I also had to be very realistic about how people view me. Diba? Parang, so hindi surprise sa akin na hindi ako kayang tanggapin ng lahat ng nanay at ng lahat ng magulang. That's one check for me. Yung blessing ng mom mo. Second is, it coming from you na you have a burden or a desire to walk alongside me, to be father to my fatherless child. Diba? Hindi siya something na I had to ease into you na, hoy, may anak ako. Kasi I think what could happen is, when we're dating as if I'm single. And then when we marry, if you're not fully aware na package ako diba? Meron akong isa pa. Masyashock ka na, ay, nga pala, meron nga pala ito. Pero, on the onset, alam mo yung pinapasok.
Eto, ever since I saw you go viral, I already knew. Of course, I mean, you're a public figure. But alam ko na Gummy's there. And pagkapasok, kailangan, ready rin ako maging father.
Paano yung readiness mo? I'm not sure it's something you can cultivate on your own.
It's like jumping on a pool. Parang, okay, you have to commit first. Diba? I don't think I won't be a perfect father. I mean, I just know that I want to. I'm gonna fail. I know. There will be times na I won't be the best example to you and to Gummy. But I also know that, God has put it in my heart to be a dad. And that gives me comfort also.
Another thing. Siyempre, parang considering where I came from and seeing how things were playing out between us two, parang yung pace, di ba? Parang intentional yung conversations natin, puro malaman. Pag-usapan na lang natin yung mga pagkain, tayo na, later on na, di ba? Yung mga hobbies, kanyan. Yung dynamics nyo ni Gummy, yun yung isa kong kailangan tingnan. Diba? Parang now, coming from where I came from, I know I have to be wise because it's not just me who's investing in someone. It's also my child. Diba? There's always that risk na ma-attach yung bata sa boyfriend mo. One thing I had to observe between you two. Pero para kayong tatay. Pareho kayong mahilig sa tubig. Pareho kayong mahilig sa aso.
Pareho kami makalat.
Pareho kayong makalat. Pareho pa kayong singkit. Wala naman singkit sa pamilya mo. Ikaw lang.
Wala.
Pareho pa kayong mahilig sa pulburon. Tsaka sa selvares. Alam mo yun yung mga ganun kaliliit na bagay na I didn't have to teach you. Ito yung gusto ng anak ko. Hindi ako nag-set up ng anything. Hinabayaan ko lang kayo, tas I just took a step back to see how you'll interact.
Mm.
And nag-drive lang kayo.
It's not difficult to love Gummy naman. She's very adorable. Actually, di ba Gummy served as the confirmation nga for me. But when I saw Gummy's video of playing the kalimba, the one you sent, parang that's when I knew. Parang I felt na God was speaking to me at that time while I was watching Gummy play.
What was she playing?
Waymaker ba? Parang I felt na God spoke to me na you're gonna be, parang that's gonna be your daughter and love her.
If there's one thing you want people to learn about God or parang pick up despite the speed and all ganyan, what is it? Sabi ko, ang word kasi ni God sa akin this year that's so clear is Isaiah 43:18-19. Na He will make a roadway in the wilderness, rivers in the desert. There was no way we could meet before. Diba? Nag-book launch na, nasa Sikitchnin na tayo pareho. Pumunta ka doon para mapakilala sa akin, umuwi ka ang luhan. Diba? Nag-conference, nag-IDC. Wala. Parang my eyes were closed. Your heart also wasn't parang into it. Nag-La Union kami ng Feb kasi where do broken hearts go? But La Union. But we went on a weekday. Dumaan pa ako ng harap ng shop mo. Nasaan ka nun?
Dito was for the
Nasa Manila ka. So, hindi nga nagkukurus yung landas natin. Diba? Until it was the Lord's time. Sa napaka-romantic na rotonda.
ng Grove.
Oh, pero alam mo, even that, when we realize that, parang walang accident talaga kay God.
Oo nga. So ikaw, paano mo nalaman na ako pala maging jowa mo?
For me, my question then was, how much time do you think you need to be with someone or get to know someone before you say, I know enough about this person? Yeah, pwedeng nakilala natin yung isa't isa pero yung the way our conversations were led, I believe, by the Lord to talk about what? Family, our values, about the importance of spending time with God. Doon umiikot yung decision, yung mga succeeding yung anong business will allow me the luxury of spending as much time as I want with the Lord. Yung value ng work over family. Diba? Malinaw siya. So parang align yung values natin. Personal values, spiritual values. Ano pa ba kailangan kong malaman? Paborito mong pagkain, kung kaya kong lutuin. Di ba? Kung makalat ka ba, ano? Lahat yun parang, na lang, secondary na lang Kasi lahat ng essentials, check naman. Above all, yung blessing and acceptance of your mom for me. So, at that point, enough na siya for me to know na, okay, if this person asks, true enough. Nag-ask ka. The day after, lalo ko nga nakita. That's also one of the ways I realized na parang lalong nagbe-build on yung confirmation ni God. And I guess if there's one thing na palinaw ng palinaw sa puso ko on how I knew it's really you and it's really the Lord's will is because of the very nature of how we just got together. Na tinanggap mo lang ako as I am Walang plus ganito. Walang minus ito. As is. Where is. So parang, they love in every way. It's God's love. Diba? It's really His grace. It's not by works. So even if I work hard for something, if it's not His will for me, hindi. So same thing with the love that we had for each other, with the love that you had for me. I didn't have to work for it. Yung label, even yung label na yon, just when you were offering it to me, saka ko na feel na, hindi ko na kailangan ng label. Kasi I felt so secure in your intentions. Pero, dahil hindi ka pa nag-I love you sa akin, parang, wait lang. From friends to something, ano yung...
Ang difference nung hindi sa nagde-date lang sa boyfriend-girlfriend, that's what you wanted to. I think that's what you wanted to know. You wanted to hear it from me, basically.
So, that day, we became officially together. Dahil, sabi ko talaga nung morning na yun, Lord, kung walang I love you, parang hindi ako papayag. Parang, saan ako magko-commit? Kung hindi naman love, like lang, parang hindi tatayo. Kung like lang.
Sa akin naman, Yung galing ako sa mindset na rin yung ang I love you kasabay ng sing-sing. Parang you just don't throw that word. Those words, I love you. Dapat kasunod yun, will you marry me? Parang yun yung sa akin. So parang better to be safe. Parang withhold that. Although emotionally, you can say that. It's for the protection of both. Kasi parang I think, what if may mangyari? Parang hindi pala will ni God. Kasi marami ring basta-basta sinasabi I love you na hindi nagkatuluyan, na-hurt. Tapos nun, naging napasama pa. I guess for each other's protection.
So, ano nangyari nga nung araw na yon? Kasi nag-jogging tayo nun, di ba?
Ayaw mo nga akong sagutin.
Bettina, I don't just like you. I want to marry you. I love you. Sabi ko, okay. Yun na naman gusto ko maninig.
Paano kaya iso-surprise? Kasi alam naman, parang agree na tayo din na pag nakuha na, anytime. Pareho na tayong go na go.
Oh,
G na G.
G na G.